Good evening, Mavericks fans, and welcome back to another live stream of MHMavericks Baseball. It's a beautiful Wednesday evening here in Medicine Hat, and we're excited for a good contest between Medicine Hat and Okotoks tonight. Tonight's game between the Medicine Hat Mavericks and Okotoks Dawgs is the third meeting between the two teams this summer. The home team has won the first two games, with Okotoks winning at home 4-3, and then the Mavericks winning 6-1 here at Athletic Park. Okotoks has won 5 in a row since they last lost in Medicine Hat, and Medicine Hat has actually won 7 in a row since we last lost in Okotoks. So both teams on a long winning streak and haven't lost a game since we last lost to each other, and one streak's going to end tonight.
She's going to give one of the players with today's player of the game courtesy of Booster Juice. This player is one of the players that stood out.
Mavericks and Dawgs are currently tied in the standings atop the Western Division, both currently holding 7-2 records.
Congratulations, Sal, on player of the game.
The Mavericks currently hold a tiebreaker due to run differential in the two games played between the two teams so far this season, with the Mavericks holding that advantage 9-5. The Dawgs and Mavericks will play each other 3 of the next 4 nights. The two teams face off tonight and tomorrow in Medicine Hat and in Okotoks on Saturday. After these 3 games, there will no longer be two teams tied atop the Western Division. We're going to see which team is going to come out on top at the end of the week. Starting lineup for the visiting Okotoks Dawgs tonight. The first batter is number 8, the second baseman, Eddie Sanchez. Batting second is number 2, the third baseman, Colin Ridout. Number 19, designated hitter, Nate DeShane, is batting third. And in the fourth spot, the right fielder, number 6, William Hollis. And batting fifth for Okotoks is their first baseman, number 35, Riley Bosch. And batting sixth is number 13, Ryan Humanock, playing left field. Batting seventh for Okotoks is their catcher, number 20, Cole McLaren. And Richard Mascarenas, the shortstop, number 5, is batting eighth. And in the 9 spot, their center fielder, number 9, Brandon Sparks. And the pitcher for tonight for Okotoks is number 10, Brock Townsend.
And then the 9th spot, the center fielder, number 9, Brandon Sparks.
And the starting lineup for your Medicine Hat Mavericks, playing center field, leading off, number 2, David Salguero. And in the second spot, playing second base, number 4, Louis Canjura. And taking his regular spot, batting third, playing third base, number 1, Nolan Radai. And batting fourth, playing first base tonight, number 31, Zach Gray. And in the 5 spot, DHing tonight, number 25, Colton Wright. Batting sixth is shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. And in the 7th spot is catching tonight, number 27, David Vilches. Batting eighth, number 18, the left fielder, Jackson Hoagie. And in the 9th spot, number 9, right fielder, Jordan Dre. And pitching tonight, making his first start at home, number 12, Evans Sutta. Last night, the Mavericks went into Lethbridge and beat the Bulls in a nail-biter 9-7 to extend their win streak to 7 games. Alex Defoe picked up the win for the Mavs after a strong outing, with Tyler Schumpert picking up the save.
And they're going to be joined by their baseball buddies, the Athletics.
The Mavericks had 9 hits in the game. They were very efficient with their hits last night, picking up 9 runs on the 9 hits and taking advantage of 3 costly errors from the Bulls defense.
Joined by number 14, Chase LaFleur. Playing second base tonight, number 4, Louis Canjura, and joined by him is number 3, Tyler Superlock. Playing third base, number 1, Nolan Ratai, and joining him, number 13, Landon McPherson. Playing first base for the Mavericks tonight, number 31, Zach Ray, and joining him, number 4, Kale Stanky. In the designated hitting spot, number 25, Colton Ryan, and joining him, number 12, Jackson France. The shortstop tonight, number 5, Carson Johnson, and joining him, number 5, Grayson McClester. Behind the plate tonight, number 27, David Vilches, and joining him, number 11, Pina and Tina Bowden. Out in left field, number 18, Jackson Hoagie, and joining him, number 6, Connor Robert and Chase Bisick. And rounding out the batting order, number 9, Jordan Drake playing right field, and joining him, number 7, Kyle Bertram. And tonight's starting pitcher for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, number 12, Evan Sada. As if you can please stand or remove your hats. And join Deanna Nacelle in the singing of O Canada.
All right, we're just about ready to go here in Medicine Hat between the 7-2 Mavericks and 7-2 Dogs. Tonight's going to be a good night of baseball as we got the first and second place teams in the Western Division facing off against each other tonight.
They'll be throwing out their first pitch on behalf of the UPS store of Medicine Hat.
Last night in Lethbridge was not the strongest performance from the Mavericks, but they squeaked out with the win. They battled all night, coming from behind twice in the game, trailing both 2-0 in 4-2 early on before taking off to a 9-7 win.
Just hit the target. Thank you very much, Crescent Heights and the UPS store.
This season, hits and runs have been plentiful for the Mavericks. Carson Johnson leads the Mavs with 14 hits, followed by Salguero with 13. Louis Canjura and Colton Wright both have 12, and Nolan Rada and Zach Gray both have 11. Colton Wright leads the team and is tied for the lead with runs with 12, and he's followed by Carson Johnson, Nolan Rada, Zach Gray, and Louis Canjura, all with 10. Colton Wright also leads the team with 14 RBI, followed by Jackson Hoagie with 11 and Zach Gray with 10. And the Mavericks pitching staff has a team ERA of 2.21. Starting pitchers, Jamin Cervantes has a 1.96 ERA, Akanuma with a 2.10 ERA, and Jared Lipke with a 2.17 ERA. Cervantes and Barry Kane lead the staff with 10 strikeouts, with Jared Lipke following just behind them with 9. Last night, Okotoks also had a narrow victory over a team that doesn't have a great record, as Okotoks beats Swift 9-7, the exact same score as the Mavericks game.
Yes, they're dancing.
So for this season for the Dogs, Nate DeShane leads the team with 12 hits, and he's followed by Eddie Sanchez and Brandon Sparks, both with 10. Sanchez and Ryan Humanock lead the Dogs with 9 hits.
And again, fans, just a reminder, bats and balls can leave the playing field at any time. Be alert, pay attention.
And Nate DeShane leads the team with 9 RBI. Cody Ebert has been the ace of the staff through 2 starts with 1-0 record, 13 innings pitched, and struck out 15 batters when giving up 6 hits and 1 run, and a 0.53 ERA. He started against the Mavericks whenever we played in Okotoks. Tonight, Brock Townsend is pitching for the Dogs. Townsend, so far this year, through 1 start, he pitched 5 innings and had 10 strikeouts in those 5 innings. He gave up 3 runs, but he got the victory in that one and now carries a 4.2 ERA. So Townsend right now averaging 2 Ks per inning.
Solutions to match business needs. Large or small, shipping, copying, printing, document finishing. The UPS store.
He'll be in tough tonight, though, against the Mavericks batters who have a combined 92 hits through 9 games.
The second baseman leading off for the Okotoks Dawgs, number 8, Eddie Sanchez.
Sorry, one.
What's one beer's better? Who do you want to go with, guys? You want number 6?
Ryan Humanock.
You're thinking Humanock?
Number 13. He's first pitch is in from Evan Sutter to their leadoff batter, Eddie Sanchez, and it's a ball. Ball 1. Second pitch from Sutter is in the dirt there, and it's now a 2-0 count. Eddie Sanchez leading off for the Dogs so far this year, batting .370. Sanchez with 10 hits already on the year. And the Mavericks will strike on that pitch, and it's now 2-1. Good pitch on the outside corner that time from Sutter. Gets himself back into the count, and it's now 2-2. Fifth pitch of the at-bat coming up. And Eddie Sanchez swings on it. Hits a pop-up into left field, and Hoagie gets under it. Nice easy out for the first out of the game, that time for Hoagie. Hoagie having no problems getting under that one. Puts the first Dogs batter out early on. And here's the second batter for the Dogs, number 2, Colin Ridout. He swings through the first pitch and gets down 0-1. And Sutter gets him again, that time with a good pitch down low in the zone that Colin Ridout just can't find. He's now down 0-2. Sutter looking to retire the first 2 batters of the game. Nice looking curveball that time from Sutter, but he can't find a strike zone on it. That one just laid up high. And it's a 1-2 count.
So after the Dogs are after they're out, right?
That time a fastball inside from Sutter, looking to lock up Ridout. Can't get it by him though as he fouls it off into the patio behind left field. And he's still in there with a 1-2 count.
Heads up, folks.
Again, another foul ball from Ridout. This time into the stands behind home plate. And it's still 1-2. Ridout staying in there, extending this at bat. Sutter not able to keep that one up into the strike zone, and we're now looking at a 2-2 count as that one hit the dirt. Count is even here to Ridout. 1 out already in the first inning. And Sutter fills the count now. Ridout looks at another one that goes by the strike zone. 3-2. And that one's fouled off into the Dawgs dugout. 8 pitches already this at bat.
Cheer team in 2 outs, correct?
Good at bat here in the first inning from the third baseman. And he swings and pops that one high into right field. Jordan Dre doesn't have to move for it, and there's 2 outs for the Dawgs. Two straight pop-outs from the Dawgs batters, where the outfielders of the Mavericks don't have to move very far for it. 2 easy outs as Nate DeShane comes up to bat for the Dawgs, the designated hitter tonight. Hitting .342 so far this season, with leading the team with 12 hits and 9 RBI. Get a called strike on the first pitch. For the Dawgs, Nate DeShane has 9 RBI, and the next closest batter behind him only has 5. So a big gap between DeShane's bat and the rest of the Dawgs lineup. As he looks at a ball on the second pitch. 1-1. And again, another ball in the dirt, that time from Evan Sutta, as he's now thrown 7 balls and 10 strikes here in the first inning. A little bit of control issues there. Nate DeShane fouls that one off behind home plate. And we're now at 2-2. The count is even. Lots of pitches so far from Sutta to get out of this inning. Another full count, as that one is high and wide. Can't find the strike zone again. 2 straight full counts to Okotoks Dawgs batters. Sutta looking to try and get out of this inning. 1-2-3. As Radai charges after that one into foul territory, but can't find it, and it ends up in the patio. Another foul ball from DeShane. 6 pitches now thrown in this at bat already. 20 so far in the first inning from Sutta. Full count here with 2 outs in the top of the first. Sutta looking to get him out. 1-2-3, top of the order.
Correct.
And this one's flown out high into center field, and this one is gone. Solo home run for Nate DeShane, his 2nd home run of the season. David Salguero was tracking back on that one, but ran out of room to run as he ran into the wall 385 feet away. And it's now 1-0 for the Okotoks Dawgs here in the top of the first. Home run from the designated hitter, Nate DeShane. Straight. Dead straightaway center that time. William Hollis, the right fielder, now batting for the Dawgs. Hollis coming into this game hitting .300. And he hits a grounder down the third base line, gets by Nolan Radai, and he's going to have himself a single. Good at bat that time from William Hollis, as he got that one in between the third baseman and the bag. Two straight hits from the Dawgs as the first baseman, number 35, Riley Bosch, steps up to the plate. Sutta retired the first 2 batters to come up to the plate, but has since let up a home run and a single. 1 on, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Dogs leading 1-0. And this one's popped up into foul territory by first base. Zach Gray gets under it, and he gets a third out of the inning.
The Dogs strike first. They get 1 run on 2 hits, leaving man stranded after half an inning. All right, let's bring them out. The Ultimate Cheer Fusion team coming out here one more time for the first time tonight. Let's hear it for the Ultimate Cheer Fusion cheerleading team.
So 1-0 for the Dogs after the top of the first. Evan Sutter throwing 26 pitches to get out of it. Gave up 2 hits to the Dogs and 1 run. Brock Townsend pitching tonight for the Dogs in his first start. Pitched 5 innings and struck out 10 batters in those 5. So he'll look to carry that kind of form again tonight and stay red hot. First 3 batters for the Mavs tonight is number 2, David Salguero, number 4, Louis Canjura, and number 1, Nolan Radai. Salguero leading off again for the Mavs. These 3 batters have all been hitting extremely well so far this season. Salguero with 13 hits, Canjura with 12, and Radai with 11. The first 6 batters of the order for the Mavs are all above 10 hits already this season, as Johnson has 14 hits, Gray has 11, and Colton Wright has 12. So all 6 batters above the 10 hit mark already this season through 9 games. It's been one of the strengths so far for the Mavs on this 7-game win streak. Are all the hits that the team is getting. It's been rare that the team hasn't got at least 10. Last night in Lethbridge getting 9 hits, and that was the first time in a few games that they haven't got at least over 10. 106 hits and 87 runs so far this year for the Mavs. 9 games already over 100 hits. Salguero stepping into the batter's box now. Mavericks down 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Salguero looks at a first pitch, called strike, down in the strike zone. And that time Townsend misses the spot, can't find a strike zone again, and it's a 1-1 count. And Salguero swings on that one and hits it towards the shortstop, Mascarenas. And he throws him out at first. Speedy center fielder almost beat out the throw, but couldn't quite make it to first base before the throw from Mascarenas. Good hard throw that time. One up, one down for the Mavs here in the first. Louis Canjura and now stepping into the batter's box, hitting .307 this season. Second baseman's been good on both sides of the plate this season so far.
Heads up!
And Louis Canjura fouls off the second pitch of this at-bat into the stands, and it's a 1-1 count. And Louis hits that one hard into center field. The center fielder chasing after it, and it's gone. Louis with a solo home run ties this game back up. That one just crept over the wall over top of the Preppers Progress sign. First home run of the year for Kandura.
You know what that means, fans? You know what that means, fans? That's right. 2020 Vision Care will be throwing out those softballs.
Line drive home run, that time from Kandura, his first of the year.
Brings to the plate.
Good at bat that time from the second baseman.
Nolan Ratai.
He hit that one hard and almost no doubter. As Nolan Ratai, third baseman for the Mavs, steps into the batter's box. This game now tied at 1.
Yeah, I'll do that in a second. Yep.
And Ratai hits that one a screamer towards first baseman Riley Bosch. And Bosch knocks it down and steps on first, and he puts Ratai out.
Yeah, I'll announce that in a second here.
2 outs now for the Mavs in the bottom of the first.
The first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
At number 31, the first baseman, Zach Gray, steps into the plate, hitting .423 this year. Joined the Mavericks late at the beginning of the season, but ever since he got here in Canada, his bat's been on fire, hitting the ball all around the park. Gray with 11 hits already, 1 home run and 4 doubles, 10 RBI to his name. He'll look to add on to his home run tally tonight in this at bat.
Now we'll do the 2020 Vision Care balls here when Colton Wright comes up to bat.
But he gets down 1 and 2 in this at bat.
And then after that, I'll announce the ACL, their $100 cash flow.
Townsend looking to get out of the inning with only 1 run earned. And Gray fouls off another one. That one into the parking lot outside of left field.
Yeah, I'll announce that.
Zach Gray stays in there, extends this at bat. It's still 1 and 2. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And Gray hits a line drive into right field. That one's going to find some grass, and he's going to be heading to second with a stand-up double. His 5th double of the season now for Gray.
Stand-up double for Gray. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright. Coming up pretty down there.
Zach Gray just cannot stop hitting the ball hard. So far this season, a .692 slugging, and his on-base plus slugging is over 1.1.
There you go, folks. She's got an arm.
Number 25, Colton Wright, now in the batter's box. DHing tonight, hitting .375 on the year. Leads the team in RBI and is tied for the league lead in runs, is Wright. Two-0 count, Wright gets ahead.
Did you decide on you doing the 7th-8 stretch guy? You're my personal.
I can see.
2 straight balls from Townsend, and Wright gets into a good hitters count here. 1 run in scoring position for the Mavs. Tie ball game, 1-1. Colton Wright called time just before the pitch was thrown. And he'll regroup, reset himself. 2-0 count. Here with 2 outs and 1 on for the Mavs. And Townsend gets a called strike there as he threw that one at the bottom of the strike zone. Finds a spot. And it's now 2-1. And that one's on the outside corner. A good fastball from Townsend. Catches the outside half of the plate, and he gets himself back into this count. It's evened up at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Man on second for the Mavs.
Foul ball coming your way on the bird.
Foul ball from Colin Wright. Stays in the count. That one over right field near the batting cages.
Good for their souvenir shack and concession.
So 2-2 count as Colin Wright lifts this one into center field, back by the warning track, and the center fielder, Brandon Sparks, collects that one, and there's now 3 outs for the Mavs. First inning is over.
But the Mavericks tied up with a Louis Canjero home run, and you know what that means? It means the AC Alder and Associates of RBC Dominion
1-1 after the first inning of play here between Okotoks and Medicine Hat.
Who has the ticket number section C, row D as in dog, seat number 4. If you got that ticket, you might be sitting in that seat, but you need the ticket. Section C, row D, seat 4. Take that ticket to the office to claim your $100 cash. Courtesy of AC Elder and Associates of RBC Dominion Securities.
After 1 inning, both Okotoks and Medicine Hat with 2 hits each. 1 run scored on solo shots from Nate Deshane and Louis Canjera. Deshane's second home run of the year and Louis' first of the season. Through 1 inning pitched, Evan Sutter gave up 2 hits, 1 run. Threw 10 balls and 16 strikes. He'll look to catch the strike zone just a little bit more toward the rest of his start. And hope to find some control in his pitches and find his spots.
It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters you off for the Dogs. It's our bucket blinds beer batter, number 13, Ryan Hamanak. If he strikes out this at bat, $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. Bucket blinds beer batter.
Stepping into the batter's box, leading off the top of the second for the Okotoks Dawgs, left fielder, number 13, Ryan Hamanak. Hamanak so far this season hitting .275. He has 8 hits and 2 doubles to his name through 9 games. And 2 straight balls from Sutter makes it a 2-0 count. Hamanak watching the first 2 go by the strike zone and gets himself into good hitters count here. And that one just off the outside of the strike zone. Close that time from Sutter. Can't find the line though. And it's a 3-0 count. 3 straight balls. Sutter trying to pick the corners and can't do so as he walks Hamanak in 4. Leadoff batter in a second finds himself on first base after the leadoff walk. And now catcher Cole McLaren steps into the batter's box with 1 on and 0 out for the Dogs.
Second inning brought to you by Crystal Metz Insurance Agency.
1 on, no out. Cole McLaren batting for the Dogs here in the top of the second. And a nice pitch from Evan Sutter there as that one finds the inside half of the strike zone. And it's 0-1. Called strike from the umpire. Sutter checks the runner at first. But Hamanuk slides back and still in there. Second pitch of the at-bat is a fastball from Sutter that just can't find the strike zone. That one a good looking pitch, but just laid up high. And it's 1-1. And that one's hit towards shortstop. Carson Johnson can't come up with it, and he's going to have a single. And Hamanuk gets to third base. On the throw, McLaren makes his way up to second.
That's a base hit, right? That's a base hit. He's not going to throw him all the way.
No, that's a base
hit. So he gets the third on that.
Yeah. Good base running that time from the Dogs, as after the single, they find themselves on third and second. No outs here in the top of the second. Richard Mascarenas batting for the Dogs. 2 runners in scoring position. Runners on third and second. 1-0 count as that one's outside, down low. One 0 count to Mascarenas. And here's the pitch that he swings on, and Nolan Radai gathers that one and gets it out at first, but the runner comes in to score, and the runner advances to third. It's a 2-1 game now. Dogs leading.
The center fielder, number 9, Brandon Sparks.
One out now. Here in the top of the second. Still runner in scoring position. And the number 9 hitter, Brandon Sparks, batting for the Dogs. Swings on the first pitch, and that one's grounded towards Carson Johnson at short. And he gets him out, but another run comes around to score for the Dogs. It's 3-1.
Top of the order now for the Dogs. The second baseman, number 8, Innings Sanchez.
2 straight RBI groundouts for the Dogs. Makes this a 3-1 ball game. First pitch of this at bat, top of the order for the Dogs, is in there for a strike. Eddie Sanchez now batting for the Dogs. And the third pitch, a good looking fastball that's up high, out of the strike zone.
No, it isn't.
2-2. 2-1, sorry. And it's a 3-1 count as that one can't find a strike zone either. That time just outside. Almost finding the line, but can't get in there. And Eddie Sanchez is walked. Gets a runner back on base for the Dogs. So I only have 3 hits for the Dogs. Colin Rideau now batting for the Dogs, steps into the batter's box, 0 for 1 on the day. Runner goes, a run and hit. Zach Gray leaps and catches that one. And Evan Sutter steps on the bay before Rideau can get there. 3-1 gets the final out of the top of the second. Good piece of defense that time from the first baseman, Zach Gray.
Fusion team. Let's put your hands together for them.
Top of the second over. The Dogs get 1 more hit, but 2 more runs. It's now a 3-1 game. These 2 teams tied for first in the Western Major Baseball League. Dogs currently leading this one 3-1 after 1.5 innings. Brock Townsend coming out to pitch second inning for the Dogs. Through 1 inning, he gave up 2 hits and 1 run, only threw 18 pitches to get out of the first. Number 6 batter coming to lead off the bottom of the second for the Mavs. Shortstop number 5, Carson Johnson.
Leading off for the Mavericks, number 5, the shortstop, Carson Johnson.
Johnson, one of the leading hitters so far this year for the Mavs. So far, he's walked 6 times, and he has 14 hits, which puts his on-base percentage at .568. And he's slugging .500, and his OPS is over 1. 10 runs on the year already for Johnson, so when he gets on base, he's making his way all the way around quite regularly. And he slaps that one towards second baseman Eddie Sanchez, who has no problems gobbling it up and throwing him out at first. Leadoff batter, bottom of the second for the Mavs is now out. 1 up, 1 down.
Number 27, David Vilches.
Catching tonight, number 27, David Vilches, now in the batter's box. So far this year, he's one of the few batters on the Mavericks, struggling through 9 games, only hitting .190 and has struck out 11 times so far this year. 4 hits to his name, including 1 triple. He'll look to get out of his slump tonight and hopefully start producing a little bit more offensively as he'd like. 0-2 count here to Vilches. And the third pitch is a ball as Townsend can't find a spot on the outside corner. That one misses just wide. And it's now 1-2. And Vilches swings through that one. Looked like a cutter that time from Townsend. Fooled Vilches. Struck out swinging. First strikeout of the night for Brock Townsend. Threw 10 strikeouts through 5 innings his first start of the year. Now 1 through 1 2/3.
Number 18, Jackson Hoagie.
2 up, 2 down for the Mavs here in the bottom of the second as Jackson Hoagie steps into the batter's box. Called strike on the curveball that catches the outside corner for the first pitch, and it's 0-1. And that one looked up high. And it's a ball as Jackson Hoagie checks his swing, and it's called a ball. Two and one's the count as Hoagie hits that one towards shortstop Mascarenas, who then throws him out. 1, 2, 3. 3 up, 3 down in the second.
Still trail the Dogs 3-1.
So far through 2 innings, Mavericks with 2 hits and 1 run, down by 2 runs.
We'd like to welcome Butcher Blinds
Through
and
2.
Mr. Lou on tonight's patio party along the third baseline. Let's leave it down there. Hey, we'd also like
Good
to
start from Townsend as he seems to be in control of the Mavericks batters tonight.
If you're interested in the Source One Realty patio party, please inquire at the ticket office. Hey, and let's also welcome Eagle Butte Wellness Team to the Medicine Hat Brew dugout deck. Right on the dugout.
Evan Sutter getting ready to pitch the top of the third. Through 2, he's given up 3 hits and 3 runs, walked 2 batters while throwing 20 balls and 22 strikes.
You can inquire at the Mavericks office.
Sutter looking to get out of the third inning a little bit quicker than he did the first and second. Already giving up more runs than hits than he did his first start through 6 innings. His first start of the year against Brooks through 6 innings, he gave up 2 hits, only 1 run. He walked 2 batters in that game, striking out 3 and collecting the win.
The 3, 4, 5 hitters still up for the Dogs. Number 19, Nate Duchesne, the designated hitter.
Leading off for the Dogs in the top of the third is going to be number 19, the designated hitter, Nate Duchesne. Hit a solo home run in the first inning, over, straight dead away center over top of the 385 sign. He'll look to at least get on base again for the second time this game. As he hits that one, a ground ball towards shortstop Louis Canjura, who has no problems getting him out at first. Zach Gray with the putout. Zach Gray looked like he almost got pulled off the bag there, but he kept his foot on the base to get the out.
2 outs and the last time for the cheer team, correct?
1 out now for the Dogs here in the third. As William Hollis steps into the batter's box for the second time this game. 1 for 1 on the day. And the second pitch, an off-speed pitch that is just down low, can't find a strike zone. 1-1's the count. And that one's a fastball again, not finding a strike zone. That one down low for the second straight pitch, and it's 2-1. And William Hollis hits a hard line drive into center field. That one's going to roll up to David Salguero as he's in for another single. 2 straight outfield singles for Hollis. Hitting well early on in this game. Riley Bosch stepping into the batter's box with 1 on and 1 out here in the third. Popped up to first baseman Zach Gray in the first inning in foul territory. And he gets down 0-1 as he fouls that one off into the bleachers. Another pitch that's fouled off into the stands from Bosch. It's behind the first base line in right field. And he's down 0-2, 1 on, 1 out here in the third for the Dogs. And he swings through that one. A strikeout for Evan Sutta.
Sutta gets his first strikeout.
Gets him swinging on the good pitch on the outside corner of the strike zone.
The left fielder,
Evan Sutta finding his spot on that one. And there's now 2 outs and only 1 on for the Dogs.
For every budget if he strikes out. At this at bat, $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes.
Number 13, the left fielder, now batting again for the Dogs. Walked his first time in the batter's box in the second inning and later scored. He's one of the runs for the Dogs. As the runner goes, William Hollis takes off for second, and he's out, caught stealing to end the inning. Good throw that time from Vilches, and Carson Johnson got there to cover the plate just in time.
The Dogs get nothing here in the top of the third inning. Still 3-1, and there they are again.
Good defensive play there for the Mavs to get out of the top of the third. Still only down 2, 3-1 game.
They're ready to perform one last time, so let's hear it for our ultimate cheer fusion team.
Good play from the catcher, David Vilches, to throw out William Hollis on second base. Looked like Hollis got a good jump, but it wasn't enough as he was gunned out. Townsend comes back out to start the third. Through 2, he's been in control. Only giving up 2 hits, 1 run on 28 pitches. Striking out 1 Mavericks batter.
Hey, let's hear it for the ultimate cheer fusion team.
Leading off the bottom of the third, his first bat of the game. Number 9, Jordan Dre. Jordan Dre so far with 3 hits this year, 2 of them being doubles.
It's the 9-1-2 hitters due up here for the Mavericks in the bottom of the third. Starting it off, the right fielder, number 9, Jordan Dre.
Jordan Dre hitting .214 on the year and has 4 runs to his name. He'll look to get around the bases again this time, as he leads off for the Mavs here in the bottom of the third. Swings through a first pitch slider from Townsend. That one catches the outside half of the strike zone, and it's a 0-1 count. And he swings through a high fastball that time. Gets down 0-2 as he misses 2 straight pitches. And he gets behind. Here's the third pitch. That one up high and wide takes Cole McLaren off. He has to stand up and catch that one. 1-2. And Jordan Dre strikes out as he swings through another one. 2 strikeouts now for Townsend on the day. Another high fastball from Townsend. Got Dre again for a second time of that at bat. Top of the order now for the Mavs as David Salguero comes back up to the batter's box. 0 for 1 on the day. He'll look to get on base for the first time in this one. First pitch from Townsend is down and outside. It's 1-0. And Salguero with a hard hit towards the second baseman, Eddie Sanchez, who gets a glove on it and snags it out of the air. And it's a 4 unassisted for the out for Salguero.
The second baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura.
Louis Canjura now back in the batter's box. Had a home run, his first at bat in the first inning. And he hits another hard one. Good contact into right field, but right to the right fielder, William Hollis. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Mavs in the third inning.
Mavericks get nothing here in the third. After 3 complete, it's a 3-1 game, and we got Britt down there with some contestants. What we got going on?
Good pitching from Townsend through 3, only giving up 2 hits so far, striking out 2 and only giving up 1 run. Dogs currently lead after 3 complete, 3-1.
Monty's pretty tricky out there. Congratulations to our contestants. Today's game brought to you by UPS Store. Come see what we can do for you. Shipping, print, copy, business cards, brochures, flyers, notepads.
Here in top of the 4th, Evan Sutter still pitching for the Mavs.
Go Mavericks, go!
Through 3, he's given up 4 hits, walked 2, and given up 3 runs to the Dogs. He's currently down 3-1. A 3-1. He'll look to keep it that score after the top of the 4th.
Top of the 4th brings to the plate. That's right, our budget blinds beer batter, number 13, Ryan Hamilton. He strikes out at this at bat. $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes.
Ryan Humanock now batting for the Dogs to lead off the top of the 4th.
That's it. That's it. You're Joanne. Hey, what do you want? Hot dog?
Sutter gets down this at bat again, 2-0. 2-0 count to Evan Sutter. And another pitch off the plate. It's 3-0 now. Sutter struggling today to find the strike zone, leaving a lot of pitches just outside or up high. And that one is a good looking fastball. Strike 1 of this at bat. Called strike has found the bottom half of the strike zone. 3-1 is the count. And he's walked him. Ryan Humanock walks for the second straight at bat.
The catcher, number 20, Cole McLaren. 2 water, and you want anything to drink?
Cole McLaren now batting for the Dogs. 1 for 1 in a day. Singled in the second inning and later scored. Comes on with no outs and 1 on for the Dogs. And Cole McLaren lays down a bunt towards the pitcher, Evan Sutter. And he's thrown out at first. Good play from Sutter. Nice looking bunt that time for McLaren as he almost ran it out. Sutter getting to it pretty late, but had a good hard throw towards first to get him out. McLaren advances the runner, and there's now a runner in scoring position for the Dogs here with 1 out on top of the 4th. Richard Mascarenas now batting for the Dogs. 0 for 1 with an RBI so far today. Ryan Humanux on second for the Dogs. And Richard Mascarenas is batting with 1 on, 1 out. And he grounds this one to first baseman Zach Gray, who gets a hold of it and steps on first to get the second out of the inning.
Zach Gray does it himself there, or 3U. 2 on for the Dogs. Springs to the plate. Bottom of the order is center fielder number 9, Brandon Sparks.
2 straight plays in the infield from the Mavericks defense. Advances the runner to third. 2 outs now with 1 runner on third base. As the number 9 hitter, Brandon Sparks, steps into the batter's box.
Heads up, foul ball coming your way. Out of play.
Sparks fouls off the first pitch into the parking lot, left field side. And he's down 0-1. And Sparks grounds out to second baseman Louis Canjura, who throws him out at first. Runner does not come around to score for the Dogs, and it's still a 3-1 game.
Hey, we'd like to take this time to thank the Medicine Man Lodge, the official hotel of the Mavericks. The Lodge, the
Dogs leave 1 run stranded on third base that time. Mavericks still in a close one, 3-1 for the Dogs.
Ice and water ad in your programs, and we're looking for a signature by number 10, Jonathan Smithy. If you have that in your RJ's Ice and Water ad, you've just won $10 gift certificate courtesy of RJ's Ice and Water. We'll see Lindsay in the office to claim your prize. How many what? Just the one. Hey, just the one something, you know. Let's do up here. All right.
Townsend through 3 pitching for the Dogs. Has 2 hits and 1 run, struck out 2. No walks so far for number 10, the pitcher for the Dogs.
It's the 3-4 hitters, 3-4-5 hitters due up for the Mavericks. Starting it off, the third baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai.
Nolan Ratai leading off for the Mavs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Only problem is we don't have our Maverick money yet. But it's $9, right? Yeah. So just take all $10 or whatever. We get $10.
Let's give it to you when you got it.
Okay, sounds good. Here.
Where's the other one?
Just passing it down the line.
First pitch is a ball from Townsend. And the second one, Nolan Ratai grounds out to third baseman Colin Ridout, who's then thrown out. Weak little grounder that time from Ratai.
Gray.
And he can't get himself on base again. Zach Gray batting again for the Mavs. 1 for 1 on the day, doubled in the first inning, but was left on base. He'll look to get on again here in the 4th inning. 2-0 count here to Gray. Mavericks trying to get something going here. They've struggled with the bats so far this game. Through 3 1/3 of outs. Nice pitch from Townsend that time, right on the corner, on the outer half of the strike zone. Could not have got any more closer to being a ball that time, but it's a 2-1 count. Zach Gray flies into left center, and the left fielder, Ryan Humanock, tracks after that one and puts Gray out for the first time this game.
2 gone for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the designated hitter.
And it's 2 up, 2 down for the Mavs. Another inning where the Mavs just cannot find the gaps in between the defense of the Dogs. Colton Wright will look to change that here as he steps into the batter's box. 0 for 1 in a day, flew out to center field, his first time batting in the first inning. 2 outs, none on for the Mavs as Wright lines that one into center field, and he will get on first with a single. Nice first pitch hit that time from Colton Wright. Third hit of the night for the Mavs.
For Wright brings to the plate the shortstop number 5, Carson Johnson.
As Carson Johnson, the leading hitter for the Mavs, steps into the batter's box with 1 on and 2 outs. 0 for 1 in a day, grounded out to the second baseman in the second inning. First pitch from Townsend is down low. That one not able to find the strike zone. And it's a 1-0 count. Carson Johnson looks at another one, this time on the outer half of the strike zone, does find the plate. Townsend gets the call, and it's 1-1. Still 1-1 here to Johnson. Third pitch of the at-bat is in there. Inside corner was the fastball. Townsend gets another good call. The count now 1-2. 2 outs for the Mavs here in the bottom of the 4th. Townsend looking to get out of this one. Still leading 3-1.
Catcher interference. In your notes. Catcher interference. He wants it down to first base.
Johnson on first and Colton Wright now on second after a catcher interfered with the swing of Johnson.
Fourth inning brought to you by Red Velvet Hair and Body Bar, official hair salon of the Mavericks.
2 on, 2 out for the Mavs as David Vilches steps back into the batter's box. Gets down 0-2. Mavericks with a good opportunity here to get a few more runs on the board and get back into this game. Both 2 outs. Vilches is their hope right now. And he's down 0-2. And that pitch gets away from McLaren. Both runners are going to advance, and they're now in scoring position on second and third. Carson Johnson on second and Colton Wright on third with David Vilches batting. 1-2 is the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth, down 2 runs. And Vilches hits a hard line drive into left field. That one's going to score 2. And it's a 2 RBI single from David Vilches. Good hit there as it got over top of the shortstop.
2 RBI single by Vilches ties this game up.
Three now is the score as Vilches ties it up with a nice hit there. Over top of the shortstop, he dove after it but couldn't find it.
The left fielder, number 18, Jackson Hoagie.
Vilches is going to be happy with that one as he struggled as of late with the bat. That might wake his bat up and get him going.
Shortstop almost got that. He didn't miss one. He stretched out pretty good.
Jackson Hoagie, the number 8 hitter, now batting for the Mavs. And checks his swing, but he connected with that one. And it grounded out to the second baseman. Awkward looking hit that time from Hoagie. And he's out at first.
For TJ's Pizza Giveaway. And I got a special song for you. It's Bee Gees night, let's say, and we're back in the
3-3 is the score after 4 innings.
All you older people out there, you know what I'm talking about. A little staying alive, and I want your best.
Top of the 5th, and leadoff hitter is going to be number 8, Eddie Sanchez. Top of the order for the Dogs.
Hey, the cheer team knows what's going on. They got it going on over there. That's good. Come on, we got to have some John Travolta fans out there.
Sutter coming back out to pitch in the top of the 5th through 4, giving up 4 hits and walked 3 runs to his name and 1 strikeout.
Not bad. You find Lucas, you find someone? There, all right. Congratulations on staying alive here. The official pizza, TJ's Pizza, the official pizza of the Mavericks.
2 runs in the bottom of the 4th ties this game up. Mavericks scoring in the 1st and 4th, while the Dogs scored in the 1st and 2nd. 3-3 is the score going into the top of the 5th here between the top 2 teams in the Western Division. Both teams sitting with a 7-2 record. Also, both teams on winning streaks, Mavericks with 7 and Okotoks with 5. Neither team has lost a game since they last lost to each other.
Top of the order. Due up for the Dogs, top of the order. The second baseman, number 8, Eddie Sanchez.
Eddie Sanchez so far this game, 0 for 1 on the day, walked in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch, an off-speed pitch from Sutter. That time catches the top outside corner of the plate, and he gets a called strike. Second pitch that time is down low and out wide, and it's a 1-1 count. Sutter again not able to find a strike zone, this time inside and down low, and he gets behind now, 2-1. And Sanchez slaps one into left, and Hoagie dives after it, and it makes an amazing catch.
Gets there by Jackson Hoagie, stretched it out.
Great catch that time from Jackson Hoagie.
Brings to the plate.
Saves a base runner for the Dogs. Sanchez unlucky to not be on second right now. Good piece of fielding from the Mavericks left fielder. And Colin Rideau lifts this one high into center field at the wall. David Salguero catches that one on the warning track. And it's now 2 up, 2 down for the Dogs. Good fielding tonight from the Mavericks outfielders. A diving catch from Jackson Hoagie and a catch at the wall for David Salguero. Mavericks trying to keep this game tied at 3. As Nate Duchesne, the designated hitter, steps back into the batter's box. 1 for 2 on a day with a solo home run in the first inning. And it's not, this count is now even at 1 with the called strike on the second pitch. That one catching the outside half of the plate. Duchesne lifts this one high in the air to left. It's going back towards the wall, and it's gone as well. Second home run of the day for Nate Duchesne. Jackson Hoagie running back towards the wall was looking up and watched it sail over. Nate Duchesne now with 2 solo home runs on the day. A good day for him as he gets his 3rd of the year. And it's 4-3 for the Dogs now. 4-3 for the Dogs, and right fielder number 6, William Hollis, steps up and up to the plate. 2 for 2 on a day with 2 singles. Good slider from Sutter there as he catches the inside corner and gets ahead of the count. 2 outs and it's 1-2 count. And William Hollis hits that by Carson Johnson. Johnson almost laying out for it, but can't reach and grab it. And William Hollis with his 3rd straight single gets one on board with 2 outs here for the Dogs. Riley Bosch 0 for 2 in the game, struck out swinging his last plate appearance. Riley Bosch now batting for the Dogs. 1 on, 2 outs. Here, top of the 5th. Dogs retaking the lead, 4-3. Oh, one's the count. And the second pitch from Sutter is down low and outside. It's 1-1. Riley Bosch hits that one. Foul down to third base line. Nolan Radai was scooping it up. But it just went foul, and Bosch has to come back down towards home plate and try again. 1-2 is the count now. Sutter trying to get out of the inning, only down 1. Giving up 6 hits so far through 4 2/3.
Well, he's seen it coming out of Sutter's hands, that's for sure. He's getting a good read.
2-2 is the count as the 4th pitch is in the dirt from Sutter. Riley Bosch hanging in there, trying to extend this inning for the Dogs. And he does so far. The count is now full on another ball from Sutter. It's 3-2. Three and 2 is the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runner goes and Bosch is walked. 4th walk of the evening for Evan Sutter. As he struggles to keep the Dogs batters off the bases tonight, also giving up 6 hits. Looks like Evan Sutter's night's going to end after 4 2/3, giving up 6 hits and 4 walks, giving up 4 runs and 1 strikeout. Barry Kane is going to come in to replace. Number 7, Barry Kane, is going to be tasked with getting out of this inning with 2 outs and 2 on.
Other scores we're watching in the WNBL. In the top of the 4th inning, Brooks leads.
So far, through 3 appearances, Kane has pitched 6 1/3, giving up 8 hits and 3 earned runs. He's also struck out 10 batters with a 1-0 record. Has a 3.31 ERA, so although he's given up a few hits, he's got many strikeouts so far early in the season. He leads the Mavericks staff with 10 strikeouts so far this year coming out of the bullpen.
Ready for a change? This pitching change brought to you by Mr. Lou. Now into the game for the Hat Mavericks, right-handed reliever from Surrey, BC. Number 7, Barry Kane.
Sutter leaves this game, but the Mavs down 4-3. 2 on here in the top of the 5th for the Dogs. Barry Kane gonna try and keep it only a 1-run game, as Ryan Humanock comes up for his 3rd plate appearance. Walked his first 2 times that had to plate in the 2nd inning and the 4th inning. First pitch from Kane is outside. Can't find the strike zone. And Humanock swings on the second one straight to Zach Gray, who gets the ball and steps on first.
Dawgs lead 2 stranded here in the top of the 5th. They get 1 run though. Lead 4-3. It looks like we got some more.
And it's still a 1-run game after the top of the 5th. Barry Kane gets out of it for the Mavs. Good job in relief from number 7. Long relief pitcher for the Mavericks this year.
Straighten it out a little bit there, Jeff. We're going to give this one to Jeff. Thanks so much, you guys, for coming out to play.
Thanks, guys. Hey, the bottom of the 5th inning is going to be brought to you by Yershiko and Heininger, criminal defense lawyer.
Brock Townsend coming out to pitch the bottom of the 5th for the Dogs.
And also at
Giving up 4 hits and 3 runs through 4 innings so far of work.
Pain and anxiety. The healing benefits of rest and relaxation is undeniable. Floating in 100 pounds of Epsom salts helps you do this. Serenity Float Center. And we got Ross up here. What do we got? We got our, how many draws? Just one. Just one jersey draw tonight. And the winner is Mal Martin. You won the jersey. You can pick that up down at the senior shack. Ross is going down there right now to claim your prize. Mal Martin. Good job.
Current score in this game is 4-3 for the Dogs. A close one between 2 top teams. Play tonight, here at Athletic Park again, and on Saturday we play in Okotoks. Going to be a couple of tough games between the Dogs and the Mavericks, fighting it out at the top of the Western Division.
Leading off for the Mavericks, number 9, Jordan Dre.
Batting now for his second time of the game. Number 9, Jordan Dre. Number 9 hitter struck out his first time batting in the 3rd inning. Swings on one there, and he swings through it. Down low in the strike zone, can't keep up with it. And it's a 1-1 count here to Jordan Dre. And he hits this one a little into right field. That's going to find some grass, and it's a single for number 9. Leadoff hitter gets aboard.
Single. Top of the order now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the center fielder. Number 2, David Salguero.
Dre hitting that one into a perfect spot where right fielder couldn't catch up to it. Bit of a weak. And there's one on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. With the top of the order coming up to bat, but no outs and one on. Third plate appearance of the game. One and one now to Salguero. Off-speed pitch that time from Townsend finds the bottom half of the strike zone. Fastball that time from Sand. Can't find the strike zone again. That one up high and outside. 2-1 is the count. Townsend letting a few pitches get away from him there. He's been in control for the most part through this game. And Jordan Dre goes for second, gets a good hop. And he's in there as the shortstop drops the ball. Stolen base from Jordan Dre.
He swung. He dropped it.
Count is now 2-2. Salguero swung through it, and Jordan Dre stole second. Salguero checks his swing and fouls that one off. Still a 2-2 count. We apologize to all of you out there watching this live stream. Seems as though we're having a few connection issues here in the bottom of the fifth. Live stream will momentarily cut out and come back, so stick with us. Stick with us as we try to fight through these connection issues here at Athletic Park. Salguero lifted a high fly ball into foul territory there. Shortstop, left field, and third baseman all charging after it. None of them coming up with it. And Salguero sticking in the batter's box. Extending this at bat, 7 pitches already thrown here to Salguero. Man in scoring position for the Mavericks. Jordan Dre on second. And Salguero's walked on 8 pitches. That last one, a fastball down low. Can't find the strike zone.
Speed too, right?
Townsend's sticking in here. After allowing the first 2 batters for the Mavs on base, Louis Canjura stepping into the batter's box with 2 on and no out. Mavericks looking to cause some noise here in the bottom of the fifth, down 4-3, looking to either tie it up or get ahead. Louis, 1 for 2 on the day, hit a home run in the first inning. Second baseman with his first home run of the year. Oh, 0-1 count here to Canjura. Canjura looking bunt so far here in this at bat. 1-1 count as he's pulled back on both efforts. And the pitcher box. Townsend with a bit of a mess up on the plate there. Runners on second and third now for the Mavericks. 2 runners in scoring position with 0 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Canjura batting with Radai and Zach Gray. Still waiting. As Canjura swings on that one and hits it into foul territory behind third base. 1-2 count now to Canjura. And here comes the pitch, and that one's down low. Townsend not able to find a strike zone on that one. It's a 2-2 count. And Kanjura hits a line drive grounder up the middle. And 2 runs are going to score on the 2 RBI single. Jordan Dre and Salguero had no problem touching home plate there. And it's 5-4 for the Mavericks. Kanjura now with 3 RBI on the day.
Mavs take the lead.
The infield was all playing tight there to Kansas. They didn't expect him to lift it over the heads. And he didn't. He hit a ground ball, but he hit it right where all the defenders weren't, right up the middle. And got himself a 2 RBI single. 3 RBI on the day for Kanjura now. Kanjura driving force tonight for the Mavs as we take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 5-4 is the score. And Townsend's going to be replaced. Brock Townsend pitching 4 innings, giving up 6 hits and 5 runs, walking 1 batter and striking out 2.
Brought to you by Mr. Lube. Now into the game for the Okotoks Dawgs.
Not exactly the same start he had his first outing. His first outing throwing 5 innings with 10 strikeouts. So Mavericks doing a little bit better job than the team he faced before. Not striking out as much so far, only 2 times this game. Mavericks starting to get a few hits on the board as well in the last couple innings. Now up to 6 in the game. Radai, one of the few players in the Mavs without a hit so far this game. 0 for 2. Steps into the batter's box to face Nolan Ruff. Ruff facing his first batter of the game, and the first pitch he throws is a strike. Outside bottom corner. Finds a spot, and it's a called strike from the ump. Nolan Ruff coming into the 5th inning with 0 outs and a man on. He'll try to keep it just a 1-run game. Still now with the Mavericks leading. Doesn't want to make it any worse for the Dogs and get themselves in an even bigger hole. Doing well so far here against Radai as he gets a second called strike. That time a fastball on the outer half. And that one away from the strike zone. Cole McLaren doing a good job at keeping that ball in control. Louis Kanjura was looking to head on to second. Cole McLaren keeps it with him and runner can't advance. As Radai fouls that one off into foul territory. Stays in there and extends this at bat, trying to get on base for the first time this game. And he bloops another one into the Dogs bullpen. That time another foul from Radai. 6 pitches now thrown from Nolan Ruff. Still unable to get Radai out as he's fouled off 2 straight. Still a 2-2 count here to Rat-Eye. Still no outs for the Mavs in the bottom of the 5th.
Just a reminder, fans, be alert, foul balls and bats can leave the playing field at any time. Heads up.
Louis Canjura on first. Another foul ball from Nolan Rat-Eye. 3 straight fouls from Rat-Eye. Sends the at bat again. Rat-Eye trying to stay in there, going down swinging. He's fighting hard in this at bat. Good work that time to foul off another one, 4 straight. And we're now looking at 8 pitches already. That's at bat. Nolan Ruff struggling to get out of the first batter he's facing. Eight pitches thrown. That's at bat. And that one catches the outside corner. Nolan Ruff strikes him out. Nolan Rat-Eye went down looking there on the outside corner. Good pitch from Ruff. Gets a strikeout on the first batter he faces. Zach Gray, 1 for 2 on a day, stepping in up to the plate for the 3rd time this game. Doubled his first at bat. And he hits a hard ground ball into right field. And he's going to have himself a single. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch swinging and connected.
Brings to the plate the designated hitter number 25. Colton Wright.
Two on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th for the Mavericks with number 25, Colton Wright. Up to bat again for the 3rd time. Singled his last at bat and scored. 1 for 2 on a day. First pitch, an outside breaking ball from Ruff that can't find the strike zone, and it's 1-0. Colton Wright sees a curveball that time that he swings on, and it's a 4-6-3 double play to get out of the inning. That time grounded out to Eddie Sanchez. Good defense from the Okotoks Dawgs to keep it a 1-run game.
And they take the lead 5-4 after 5 complete.
5 innings done now here in this game. Mavericks take their first lead of the ball game, 5-4.
We would like to thank the UPS store. Did you know the UPS store is more than shipping and mailboxes? Way more. Stop in and see us for all your needs, including innovations, posters, photo printing and restoration and invitations, vinyl, decal, and so much more.
Barry Kane now coming out to pitch the top of the 6th. Got the 1 out he needed to end the top of the 5th to get out of that one and allowed the Mavericks to take the lead. First batter that he'll face in the 6th inning is going to be the catcher, number 20, Cole McLaren. Cole McLaren, 1 for 2 on a day, singled in the 2nd inning and later scored.
It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters who up for the Dogs. The catcher, number 20, Cole McLaren. Fans, just a reminder, this Sunday, Father's
McLaren now stepping into the batter's box.
See what our plaid for that jerseys look like. This Sunday, 2:05 start.
Came into the game with 4 hits on the year. Got his 5th tonight. And only his 6th game played.
Left fielder. Right fielder's different out there. I don't know who's in.
I do. So we're good.
You're good?
Yeah.
50-50.
Defensive substitution here in the top of the 6th for the Mavs.
For 50-50 tickets.
Michael Kahn comes in for Jordan Dre in right field.
Who? Kahn is 16. Michael Kahn.
McLaren looked like he almost grounded that one out right in front of the catcher, but it rolls foul behind the foul line, and it's a 1-2 count for Cole McLaren.
That was Dre out there, wasn't it?
1-2 count here to McLaren. Barry Kane looking to get the first out of the inning on the first batter. But the 4th pitch of this at-bat is in the dirt. Can't find the strike zone. And it's 2-2. And Barry Kane gets a strikeout.
First strikeout.
Nice pitch that time on the other half of the strike zone. Strikeout looking for McLaren.
Mascarenas. Yeah, last call, 50-50.
Richard Mascarenas now batting into 6th inning with 1 out. Over 2 on the day with an RBI. Swings through the first one. That one a pitch outside. McLaren can't keep up with it and find it. He's now down 0-1. Another good pitch from Barry Kane that outside again. Gets Mascarenas swinging once more, and he's now down 0-2 as he can't connect with a second straight pitch. Does that time, but he grounds out to Nolan Radeye. But he can't get him at first. And he's on first base. I think that's a weak throw when he beat it out.
Radeye's got his throw.
Base hit from Mascarenas.
Brandon Sparks. Yes.
1 on, 1 out for the Dogs. 7 hits now for both teams. 5-4 lead for the Mavericks here in the top of the 6th. And Brandon Sparks grounds it to the first baseman, who went and threw it towards second baseman to get the 4th out at second. Threw it over Carson Johnson's head.
Top of the order now for the Okotoks Dawgs.
And the runners advance on E3. Zach Gray, instead of just stepping on first base and getting the out at first to get to second out of the inning, tried to get the one at second and then didn't pay off for him. Collects the error. Now 2 are on for the Dogs. As top of the order comes up to the plate for the Dogs, Eddie Sanchez. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Two and one's the count. Barry Kane getting behind on this one. And Sanchez grounds out to the second baseman, Louis Canjura. Advances the runners, but he's out at first.
2 on for the Dogs. Brings to the plate the third baseman, number 2, Colin Rideout. Yeah, that's it. It's over, right?
Runners on second and third for the Dogs. 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Third baseman, Colin Rideout, steps into the batter's box for the 4th time today. 0 for 3 on the day. Good first pitch that time from Barry Kane. The breaking ball finds the bottom half of the plate. Called strike, and it's 0-1. And Rideout lifts this one in the center field. And 1 run's going to come around to score. And it's a tie game, 5-5.
Rideout gets the second on the throw home. So he gets a single. The designated hitter, number 19. Nate.
Good base hit that time from Rideout. Cashes a run and gets the runner up to third as he got to second on the throw from Salguero.
That's what I would do. I would intentionally want to. Do him outside pitches so he can freaking crush him.
Dogs looking dangerous here in the 6th. Currently have 2 on, and Nate DeShane comes back up to the plate. 2 for 3 on the day with 2 solo home runs. This time comes on with 2 on instead of the bases cleared. He'll like to cause some more damage to the Mavs.
He went opposite way. He went here and he went there, didn't he?
First pitch is outside. Can't find the strike zone, and it's a 1-0 count. 2 outs here in the 6th. Second pitch, a slider from Barry Kane that finds the strike zone. 1-1. Another good looking slider from Barry Kane. That one finds the inside corner. And it's 1-2. Barry Kane attacking the power hitter, trying to get out of this inning. Fastball that time, and he gets him looking. Kane gets out of the inning. Nate DeShane strikes out looking at that at bat. But the Dogs get 1 in the top of the 6th. It's now a 5-5 game. Dogs with 8 hits on the night.
The top of the 6th inning was
And Medicine Hat with 7.
The official charter of the Mavericks, Southland Transportation, is dedicated to getting groups of all sizes safely home. Book a bus with Southland by visiting southland.ca. New pitcher.
Pitching now for the Dogs, number 38, Dustin Shorey. Nolan Ruff lasted 1 inning, giving up 1 hit and striking out 1. No runs to his name, as Dustin Shorey comes in relief for the Dogs.
Ready for a change. This pitching change brought to you by Mr. Lou. Now into the game for the Okotoks Dawgs, right-handed reliever, number 38, Dustin Shorey.
Shorey, so far this year, has had a tough time on the mound. Through 2 appearances in relief, has thrown 2 1/3, giving up 6 hits, 6 earned runs, and he's also walked 2 batters. And he carries for himself an 18 ERA. He'll look to try and lower it tonight against the Mavs. Garth, there's 1 error for leading off the bottom of the 6th. Shortstop for the Mavs, number 5, Carson Johnson. He'll be the first batter that Dustin Shorey faces.
All right, fans, let's get our hands together. And let's rally the troops here. Leading off for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, number 5, the shortstop, Carson Johnson.
Say that again, Lucas. 10-4.
Carson Johnson now batting for the Mavs. Looks at a first pitch strike. Good pitch on the outside bottom half. Second pitch from Shorey is in the dirt. It's now 1-1.
And there goes the 50-50. Last call 50. It's over.
And Carson Johnson lifts this one high and far into center field. Good tracking back from Brandon Sparks. Catches a line drive from Johnson. Good fielding that time from the Dawgs center fielder.
David Vilches.
Showing off his legs that time, tracking down that ball. That one was looking to get away from him at the warning track. As David Vilches steps into the up to the batter's box for the 3rd time this game. 1 for 2 on the day, a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning.
Last call for the souvenir shot. Last call.
Swings on a first pitch, foul ball. Vilches looking to get on base for the 2nd time this game. Create some noise for the Mavs here in the 6th inning. As he fouls off another one, and he's down 0-2. Already struck out 1 time, swinging is Vilches this game. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, Mavs want to start getting some runners on base. And he lifts this one high in the air towards center field. Sparks tracking back for it at the warning track, and he'll get that one just in front of the warning track. Vilches, the good hit ball, lots of power behind that one, but couldn't get it over the fence in center. Vilches had 19 home runs in his college season in the spring. Yet to get over the fence here so far this season with the Mavs. Now batting for the Mavs with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Number 8 hitter. Number 18, Jackson Hoagie. The left fielder is 0 for 2 in the game so far. And it's a 1-1 count to Hoagie.
Last call for ice cream. Last call for ice cream.
Hoagie gets back ahead as it's a 2-1 count now. 2 straight balls from Shorey. Shorey so far having no troubles here in the 6th inning. Getting the first 2 batters to fly out. And Hoagie hits this one hard towards the second baseman, Eddie Sanchez, and he scoops it up and throws him out at first. Mavericks going down in order. 6, 7, 8 that time. Through 6, we're tied at 5.
Lucas out there, and it's going to be the home team home run challenge brought to you by Tori Matson and Shauna Vandersproot of Royal LePage Community Real Estate. What do we got down there, Lucas?
These two teams tied atop of the Western Division with 7-2 records, identical records so far this year, and identical scores through 6 innings. Very tight teams. MHMavericks and Okotoks Dawgs tied at 5 through 6. Okotoks with 8 hits so far, and Mavericks with 7 hits. Been a good close game here between two good ball clubs in the Western Major Baseball League. Barry Kane now coming out to pitch here to start the top of the 7th. 1 1/3. Kane has struck out 2 while giving up 2 hits and 1 run.
Connect with Tori Matson and Shauna Vandersproot. The home team home run challenge, Royal LePage.
First batter he'll face in the top of the 7th is William Hollis, who's 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles. Got caught stealing in the 3rd and was left on base in the 1st and 5th. And he hits a ground ball past Louis Canjura at 2nd, and he's now 4 for 4 on the day, 4 straight singles for Hollis.
First baseman number 35, Riley Bosch.
Hollis having no troubles today getting on base for the Dogs. Hasn't been able to score a run yet, though. Mavericks will hope to keep that stat the same, as Riley Bosch steps up to the plate, 0 for 2 on a day. Bosch walked his last time at bat, and the plate appearance before that struck out swinging. As he swings through the 2nd pitch here, good pitch outside from Kane that Bosch can't keep up with, and it's 1-1. Another pitch from Kane that can find a strike zone. It's 2-1. Bosch checks his swing, but he's called going around, and the count is 2-2. That one gets through the legs of Vilches, and he had a good throw to 2nd. Possibly would have got the runner out, but Louis Canjura could not hold on to the ball. And William Hollis finds himself on 2nd base after the drop ball from Louis. Full count here to Bosch. Man on 2nd. And that pitch inside off the plate. And Bosch is walked after the full count.
Budget blinds, stopping service for every budget. He strikes out at this at bat.
2 on now for the Dogs, with 0 outs in the top of the 7th. Tie game 5-5. Dogs are looking to create some noise here in the 7th, possibly get themselves in the lead. Barry Kane trying to get some control here in this inning, as he's let the first two batters get on base. Ryan Humanock showing bunt so far through two pitches in this at-bat, trying to advance the runners into scoring position. And he gets himself ahead with a 2-1 count. Two and one to Ryan Humanock, 2 on, no outs. And Humanock bunts that one, but pops up into foul territory. Vilches was charging after, but can't get up to it. 2 now. Humanock just looking to advance the runners. And looks like the Dogs coach is calling time here. Getting his base runners together. And the Dogs' timeout is now over. Ryan Humanock will step back into the batter's box.
Use some trickery here.
2-2 is the count. And that pitch from Kane off the plate. Can't find the strike zone again, and it's a full count.
That's what it looked like to me.
And Humanock strikes out as he fouled off the bunt.
That's a strikeout, yeah. That's the strikeout. That's the beer batter. You know what that means.
1 out now for the Dogs.
10 minutes. It is 9:03. You got till 9:13. $1 off beer.
Runners can't advance, and so the runner's still on first, and a double play is still in effect. Double play will end the inning for the Mavs, as Cole McLaren now steps into the batter's box. Struck out his last time batting, and this one gets behind Vilches. And a double play is now out of effect as the runners advance to second and third. So 1-1 count here from Kane. That time a good looking breaking ball from Kane finds the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Called strike. Fastball jams McLaren, and he grounds out to Radai, who throws him out at first. Can't get any runners in, and there's now 2 outs.
Batter at first, 2 gone.
McLaren couldn't get anything behind that ball as that pitch jammed him inside. Runner still on second and third for the Dogs, trying to take the lead here in the 7th. 2 outs now, as Richard Mascarenas steps into the batter's box. 1 for 3. He singled last time at bat and later scored. And he tries the bunt, but fouls it off.
All right, here's that 50-50 ticket number 13788. 13788. If you have that winning 50-50 ticket number, good for $453.
Mascarenas down 0-1. And the umpires say he went around on that one. He's now down 0-2. Tried checking his swing, but for the second straight time with the Dogs batter, they can't do it. Perry Kane trying to get out of this inning with still in a tied game. 1-2 as that pitch missed outside. Here comes the fourth pitch. And Mascarenas swings through it, but it gets behind Vilches. He's going to make his way to first, and there's going to be a run at the plate. So he's advanced to first on...
Well, that's a or pass ball, one or the other. It should say on there what you got for a number 9, Brandon Sparks.
Now 6-5 for the Dogs. And Mascarenas goes for second, and he steals that with no throw.
Defensive indifference.
Oh, 2 count here to Brandon Sparks. Barry Kane can't find a strike zone on the curveball that time, and it's now 1-2. Brandon Sparks batting with 2 runners in scoring positions and 2 outs and a 1-run lead. Dogs getting another one here in the 7th. And Brandon Sparks grounds out to first baseman Zach Gray, who steps on the plate and gets out of the inning. Barry Kane with 4 strikeouts through 2 1/3, gives up 3 hits and 2 runs. And the Dogs now lead 6-5. Mavericks have to come back from being behind again.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mavericks. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, good job, man.
Another pitching change for the Dogs here in the 7th. Number 25, the left-handed pitcher Andrew Yates comes in to pitch for the Okotoks. Dustin Shorey pitched 1 inning. He struck out no batters, but gave up no hits and no runs. Andrew Yates pitching his 2nd time against the Mavs this year already. He has 7 strikeouts through 2 2/3 innings pitched this year. Lots of strikeouts early on in the season for Yates.
Now in the game, pitching left-handed reliever for the Okotoks Dawgs, number 25, Andrew Yates.
Batting for the first time tonight, and the first batter that Andrew Yates will see is going to be number 16, Michael Kahn, now playing right field in replace of Jordan Dre.
Bottom of the seventh inning brought to you by Canadian Western Bank. Whether you're buying a home, planning for retirement, or having bank needs, Canadian Western Bank offers competitive rates, exceptional service you won't find anywhere else.
Michael Kahn hitting .277 on the year.
Canadian Western Bank.
Good start to the season at the plate for him.
For the Mavericks, number 16, Michael Kahn.
Michael Kahn with 1 home run and 4 RBI to his name so far. Slugging percentage of .444 and an OPS of .794. As the first pitch from Yates comes in, and it's a fastball down low, can't find the strike zone. 1-0 count here to Kahn. Bottom of the 7th, Mavericks down 1 run, looking to get back in it. Second pitch from Yates, a good one inside. Kahn looks it off, and it's a 1-1 count. Yates gets set for the third pitch. And another one down low. Hits the dirt. And he gets behind 2-1. Mavericks have got to get some runners on the bases starting now in this inning if they want to get back in the game. And the fourth pitch of the at-bat, another ball down low. Yates struggling to keep his pitches high enough to find the strike zone. And it's a 3-1 count. Michael Kahn with a good eye, hasn't swung yet. And he swings on that one and lifts a foul ball over in left field foul territory. And it's now a full count. 3-2 is the count here for the leadoff batter for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 7th. Michael Kahn trying to get a runner on base. As he fouls off a second straight pitch. As that one was a hard fastball inside. Looked inside of the strike zone and it jammed Michael Kahn, almost got him on the hands. Stays in there and it's still a full count. And Michael Kahn sees that one, looks it high in the left. And Ryan Humanock gets under it with no issues. And now 1 out for the Mavs.
Now for the Mavericks, this center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
0 for 2 on the night and batting for the 4th time. The top of the order batter for the Mavs, number 2, David Salguero. Salguero walked and scored in the 5th inning. He'll look to get on base for the second straight plate appearance. 1 out so far here in the bottom of the 7th. Salguero looks at a first pitch that's up high above the strike zone, and it's a 1-0 count. Second pitch again from Yates. Can't find his zone as he leaves that one up high and a little wide. And it's now 2-0 to Salguero. Walked his last time up bat. He'll look to do the same or better here. As that one on the the other half of the strike zone. Almost wide, but gets a called strike from the ump. And it's a 2-1 count. That one can't find the outer half of the plate as it goes over, and it's a 3-1 count now here to Salguero. Salguero with a good eye there. Leaves it. And it's one pitch away from being walked. He checks the swing on that one, but it's inside the plate and in the strike zone, and it's now a full count anyways. On the called strike. And Salguero's walked on the full count. Gets on base again.
Salguero on the walk, brings to the plate the second baseman, number 4, Louis Candra.
Candura comes up to bat again. He's 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBI, a solo home run, and a 2 RBI single for the second baseman so far this game. Comes on here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 on and 1 out. Down 1 run in a 6-5 game. And he hits a line drive into right field, and it gets down. Salguero's rounding second, going to third. Base hit for Louis Candura. And David Salguero uses his fast legs and gets around to third.
The third baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai.
Ratai coming up to the plate for the 4th time this game with 1 out and runners on the corners. Speedy runners on right now with Salguero and Candura on the base pass. Ratai so far this game 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Called strike on the first pitch, a fastball on the inside half.
Well, you got easy. Nolan's a good. He could probably put it down. He's that guy to do it.
Ratai looking to get on base for the first time this game. And Salguero's going to come down to score. Andrew Yates threw it to the first baseman, Riley Bosch, who botched the catch, couldn't grab it. And Salguero took advantage of the error.
Yeah, 2-3, I think.
This game is now tied at 6 here in the bottom of the 7th. Salguero scores on the error from the first baseman. Still 1 out for the Mavs. And Ratai looks at a second pitch. That's a ball. Now a 1-1 count with Louis Candura standing on first base. And Candura goes for second. And he's in there with a stolen base. Good running that time from Candura as the first baseman couldn't catch another one from the pitcher. Allowed Louis to slide into second easily with no throw. Andrew Yates has thrown it over to Riley Bosch twice now this inning where he couldn't grab the ball, and it's allowed a runner to come in and the runner go to second. Louis was his 3rd stolen base of the year. As Nolan Ratai fouls one off just over the Dawgs dugout. And he's now down in the count 1-2. Good base running from the Mavericks has created some noise here in the 7th inning. And Louis Canjura gets the third on the wild pitch from Andrew Yates. Wild pitch from Andrew Yates allows Louis to make his way up to third with 1 out. Runner in good scoring position for the Mavs. And that pitch is in the dirt from Andrew Yates, and it's now a full count.
McLaren's going to be throwing his body everywhere to stop that ball from getting behind him. Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Cole McLaren doing an excellent job on the past few pitches, blocking the ball from getting behind him. And Radai grounds out to the second baseman, and he's going to be put out at first. Radai can't get it past the infielder that time, and there's now 2 outs for the Mavs. Louis standing on third with Zach Gray coming up to bat.
Number 31, Zach Gray.
Zach Gray comes on with a man on third. 2 for 3 on the day so far. He's been seeing the ball well. Look to get on base again and get the Mavericks back into the lead. It's a 6-6 ball game. Zach Gray will look to be the difference maker here in the 7th. 2 for 3 on a day, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Zach Gray now batting for the Mavs. First pitch from Yates is in the dirt. Bounces in front of the catcher, and it's a 1-0 count. Yates looking to get out of this inning with the game still tied. And another one that bounces in front of McLaren. He McLaren blocks it down and keeps Louis Canjura on third base. Canjura just itching over on third base, looking to score. Two-0 count, as that one is right down the pipe. Called strike on the outside fastball. 2-1. Mavericks trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Another one that bounces from McLaren. He's had to block a lot. McLaren having to block many balls here in this inning, keeping the Mavericks runners where they are. And Gray is walked on 5 pitches.
That's it, pitching change, guys.
Puts runners on the corners again for the Mavs.
New pitcher coming in.
I've already got the attendance in there, guys. So.
What is it, attendance?
And we're going to see another pitching change from the Dogs. Andrew Yates comes out after throwing 2/3 of an inning, walking 2, giving up 1 hit and 1 run. Looks like number 26, Jordan Pepper, is going to come in and pitch for the Dogs now. Jordan Pepper 1-0 on the year with 1 save so far. He's given up no runs and so none earned as well. Through 5 innings pitched, he has 7 strikeouts and has only walked 1 batter.
Ready for a change, just pitching change brought to you by Mr. Lou. Now is the game for the Okotoks Dawgs. Right-handed reliever number 26, Jordan Pepper.
He's had a good start to the year, has Pepper. And he'll look to get out of the 7th for the Dogs, with them still tied up. Mavericks currently with 2 runners on, and Colton Wright going to come up and bat for the Mavs now, 1 for 3 on the day. $14 RBI on the year for Colton Wright already early in the season. He'll look to add to his tally here and trying to get 1 or more runners in.
The designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright.
Colton Wright stepping into the batter's box now to face off against Jordan Pepper. 2 runners on for the Mavs here in the 7th inning. Mavericks trying to take a lead. And we'll see what Colton Wright can do as there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. As Wright swings on the first one and hits it into foul territory behind the stands. It's 0-1. Here comes the pitch from Pepper. And it's fouled off again from Colton Wright. 0-2 count now as Wright gets behind with 2 outs and 2 on. Be a good opportunity for the Mavs here in the bottom of the 7th. It'd be 1 wasted if none can come around. Third pitch of the at-bat. Too low and wide. That time from Pepper. Can't find the strike zone. And it's 1-2. Hard fastball that time. He threw some gas behind that, but couldn't find a spot. And allows Wright to stay in there. The 4th pitch hit Colton Wright up in the chest. Colton Wright is hit, and that loads the bases for the Mavericks. Carson Johnson now batting for the Mavs with the bases loaded in the 7th inning.
Carson Johnson.
So far has been one of their better batters over the course of this season with 14 hits. First pitch is on the outside corner and it's called a strike, and we're down 0-1. Two out with the bases loaded for Johnson. And Pepper throws a ball outside. Fastball can't find the strike zone. And it's 1-1. That one up high from Pepper. Gets behind now. It's a 2-1 count. Johnson, over the course of his last college season, had 89 hits and 90 runs, so he's used to getting on base. This would be an important time to do so for number 5. Fourth pitch is called a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Big at bat here for the Mavs. And he pokes this one towards the shortstop, and the shortstop bobbles it, and everybody's going to be safe on their base, and a run comes around to score.
Mavs take the lead on the air. Brings to the plate that catcher number 27, David Vilches.
E6 allows the runner to score, and it's now a 7-6 ball game. Mavericks leading. Few defensive blunders from the Dogs here in the 7th have allowed some runs to come in for the Mavs in the 7th. First pitch for David Vilches, now batting, is a strike, and he's down 0-1. Fouls off the second one, and he's down 0-2. This inning alone, 2 errors from the Dogs, E6 and E3, have allowed 2 runs to come around to score for the Mavs. Came into the inning down 6-5, now leading 7-6. It's now a 1-2 count to Vilches as he looks at a third pitch ball down low. And he hits a high fly ball into left. That one's tracking back towards the warning track. And it's gone over top of the wall. Off the wall, I'm so sorry. Vilches is in it with a triple that clears the bases. I do apologize, fans. That ball was off the wall. It's quite dark here now at Athletic Park. Hard to see way out there, 385 feet away. But Vilches gets his second triple of the year. Now one clears the bases. 10-6 for the Mavericks now in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 18, Jackson Hogan.
That one just about almost got out of here, but hit off the top of the wall in the outfield. Vilches slides into third for his second triple. And Jackson Hoagie, the next batter, grounded out to the shortstop, Nick Mascarenas. And the bottom of the 7th is now over, with the Mavericks leading 10-6. Mavericks get 5 runs there in the 7th inning. Vilches now with 5 RBI on the game. A 2 RBI single and a triple that cleared the bases. Andrew Yates and Jordan Pepper really struggled there in the 7th inning for the Dogs, and the Mavericks took advantage. Barry Kane's going to come back out to pitch the top of the 8th. So far through 2 1/3, King has given up 3 hits and given up 2 runs, walked 1 batter, but struck out 4. Mavericks now leading by 4. They take the largest lead of the game from either team. It's been a close one up until this point. David Vilches making a difference there in the 7th inning with his triple off the wall.
Last call, concession, last call for the concession. So days off pub, you got 425 high balls for the contest in the zip out there. Top of the order for the Dogs here in the 8th. It's the second baseman, number 8, Eddie Sanchez.
Lead off the 8th for the Dogs. Top of the order batter, number 8, Eddie Sanchez. The second baseman is 0 for 3 in the game with 1 walk. First pitch of this at bat from Kane is a ball. That one down low. It's 1-0.
Are we doing the chip giveaway, the old Dutch chips giveaway? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, 10-4, thanks. All good, we got it, Lucas.
Now 3 straight balls from Barry Kane. Eddie Sanchez laying off all of them. And he gets a strike on the inside corner. Three and one's the count to the leadoff hitter in the 8th inning. And another one, a good fastball that time on the outside half. Another called strike from Barry Kane fills the count. Goes from being behind 3-0 to 3-2 and gets Eddie Sanchez to lift this one into left field. Jackson Hoagie gets under. And the first out of the 8th inning is 1 up, 1 down.
Brings to the plate, the third baseman, number 2, Colin Riddle. That's it for Barry Kane. Just stalling. Hey, thanks to our game day sponsor, the UPS store, located on Dunmore Road, Southeast. The UPS store is locally owned and operated. Let our graphic designer create the business image you want and need. From event promotion.
And we're going to get a batting change for the Mavericks. Taking over for Barry Kane is number 11, Julian Lee. The lefty making his second pitching appearance for the Mavericks this year. Utility player, plays left field and pitches. Lee so far through 1 innings pitch has given up 1 hit, struck out 2, no earned runs, and has an ERA of 0. Comes in the 8th inning. It's a 4-run lead. And we'll try to get 2 outs to get the Mavericks into the bottom of the 8th. Kane ended up pitching 2 2/3. Barry gave up 3 hits and walked run, gave up 2 runs and struck out 4. Good outing from Barry Kane, as he now has 14 strikeouts on the year through 8 2/3 innings pitched.
From Sanger, Texas. Number 11, Julian Lee.
Lee gives Dawgs batter something different to look at, as he's a smaller left-handed pitcher. Something different from what they've faced so far this game. Dawgs so far through 7 innings with 9 hits, so they've been getting on base. Mavericks want to change that and keep him off base for these last 2 innings and pick up their 8th win in a row. The first batter that Lee will face is number 2, Colin Rideout. The third baseman is 1 for 4 in a day with an RBI. First pitch from Lee is a called strike on the outer half of the strike zone. That one, a slider from Lee that can't find the strike zone. Started way inside and almost got in there, but stayed the ball, and it's 1-1. And Rideout swings through the third pitch. Gets behind again, and it's 1-2. And he pokes at that one, grounds it out towards Louis Canjur, the second baseman, throws him out at first.
2 on for the Dogs. And the ball, top of the 8th, sorry. Brings to the plate. The designated hitter, number 19, Nate Duchesne.
Good play from the second and first baseman there, getting Rideout out at first. As he was charging down the first base line, almost beat the throw out. Now there's 2 outs for the Dogs in the top of the 8th as Nate Duchesne comes up to bat for the 5th time this game. 2 for 4 in a day. 2 home runs, 2 RBIs as they're both solo shots. Struck out his last time batting. Looks at a 1-0 count here. 2-0 as Lee leaves that one up high. Can't get that one down into the strike zone. Good looking changeup that time from Lee as he catches the outer half. 2-1. And Nate Duchesne lifts this one into left field. Jackson Hoagie gets under it. And the top of the 8th is complete. Mavs still leading 10-6.
We got some giveaway stuff down there. Everybody stand up. We're going to do a little dance in here for some chips. Come on, you know how to do this. Have some fun. I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a duck. All I want to do is shake, 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 shake.
Another pitching change for the Okotoks Dawgs. Now pitching number 3, Corey Jackson. He'll pitch the bottom of the 8th for the Dogs. Going to try and keep this game a 4-run game.
Fans, we'd like to thank Groves Roofing, big league service when it comes to all your exterior renovation needs.
Corey Jackson came in so far 4 times in relief and has pitched 4 innings, only giving up 2 earned runs and striking out 5. Jackson has a 3.50 ERA. He'll face a 9-1-2 hitters for the Mavs here in the bottom of the 8th. Michael Kahn leading off, followed by David Salguero and Louis Canjura.
Number 3 is pitching up.
Name's Corey Jackson.
It's the 9-1-2 hitters who up for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 8th. Put your hands together for the right fielder, number 16, Michael Kahn.
Michael Kahn now stepping into the batter's box for a 2nd time this game. Flew out to left field in the 7th inning for his first at-bat. Will try to get on for the first time this game. and get some runners on base here in the 8th inning. That one is grounded straight to Eddie Sanchez, and he throws him out at first. Michael Kahn now 0 for 2 on the day.
I didn't get, no, we didn't get any. None.
1 out for the Mavericks.
Center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
Number 2 coming up to bat for the 5th inning. For the 5th time, sorry. 0 for 2 on the day. Walked his last 2 times up at bat. Strike 1 here in this at bat. Last 2 times Salguero's been up to the plate, he walked and scored. Salguero with an impressive 11 runs through 10 games now. As he looks at 2 straight pitches outside, and it's now a 2-1 count, gets himself ahead again. And Corey Jackson leaves that one high. It's now 3-1. David Salguero looking to get on base for the 3rd straight at bat. And he swings hard at the 5th pitch. Takes a good hard cut at it, but can't connect with the ball, and it's now a full count. Corey Jackson with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Walks David Salguero. 3 straight walks now for Salguero.
Brings to the plate the second baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura.
Canjura steps into the batter's box for the 5th time this game. 3 for 4 on the day. 2 singles and a home run to his name with 3 RBIs. He scored 2 times. As Salguero steals second. And Salguero steals third. 2 straight stolen bases for the speedy center fielder. Having no problems getting around the bases here. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on third for the Mavs. As Louis Canjura gets ahead in the 3-0 count. Fourth pitch of the at-bat is a called strike on the other half. 3-1 count here to Louis Canjura. 1 out and a man on third. As Canjura pops that one off into the stands behind home plate. Full count here to Canjura. And he fouls another one off. Corey Jackson trying to get the second out of the inning. Louis Canjura staying in there, fighting off some pitches. And he walks him.
The third baseman, number 1, Nolan Rakai. Was a hole over Jason Hole. He was good. I was like, That was when I first came and helped out Drake. That was Jason Hogue was fast. Oh, he got it!
Nolan Radai gets it by the first baseman, and David Salguero comes around to score on the double for Nolan Radai.
A double for Radai, scores a run. And you know what that means, fans? 10 hits is achieved. And Wendy's will be giving away their Frosty coupons at the end of the game. When you leave, don't forget to take your coupon.
Nolan Radai with an RBI double there that gets past the first baseman. Now 11-6 for the Mavericks.
Number 31, Zach Gray.
Still only one out for the Mavs with 2 runners in scoring position now. As Zach Gray steps into the batter's box. 2 for 3 on the day. No RBI on the day for Gray so far. He'll try to change that here, bring some more runners around for the Mavericks. Right now, up 5 in the bottom of the 8th. Oh-2 count here to Gray. And here's the pitch. That Gray swings through, and he strikes out swinging. Second out of the inning for the Dogs. Two on, 2 out as Colton Wright steps it up to the plate.
A designated hitter number 25, Colton Wright.
Tonight's DH is 1 for 3 in the game. Hit by a pitch his last time batting in the 7th inning. Scored twice so far tonight. Now leads the league with 14 runs scored. And he swings hard at the first one, but can't keep up with the fastball from Jackson. And he swings through it, and he's down 0-1.
That first baseman was behind first base. I think he was looking at playing that ball. And I think that freaked him out a bit. But it got by.
Colton Wright hits a foul ball over towards the batting cages. And he's now down 0-2. One run's coming to score here in the 8th inning to extend the Mavericks lead. 2 still on for Colton Wright. And Wright hits a grounder to the first baseman, Riley Bosch, who scoops it and steps on first base. Bottom of the 8th is over. Top of the 9th now, an 11-6 lead for the Mavericks.
I'd like to take this time to thank Temple Fitness, locally owned and operating, offering private training, group classes, and 24-hour open membership. The official training facility of the Mavericks. Temple Fitness, and don't forget, folks, after the game, head on down to Days Off Pub to get that special from the slingshot before 25 eyeballs. And at the end of the game, the promo team will be handing out the Wendy's Frosty giveaway coupon. Free Frosty with a purchase of a meal coupon coming your way at the end of the game as you leave.
Julian Lee coming back out in the 9th inning. Looking to end this game for the Mavs. Get the Mavericks 8th straight victory and end the Dogs 5 straight win streak. Dogs have won 5 straight and Mavs have won 7. One of these streaks was going to continue, and right now it's the Mavs leading 11-6 in the 9th inning. Mavs will try to hold on to keep their streak alive and take over sole place of first place in the Western Division. Mavs are going to go to 8-2 and drop the Okotoks Dawgs to 7-3. First batter for the Dogs here in the 9th inning. The man who's gone 4 for 4 with 4 singles, number 6, William Hollis.
The 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here for the Dogs, starting off top of the 9th. The right fielder, number 6, William Hollis.
Although Hollis is gone 4 for 4 in the game, only 1 run to his name. left on base twice and was caught stealing second in the third inning. Dogs in a big hole coming into the ninth. Not long left for them to try and get back in this game. Only 3 outs left. And the first pitch from Lee is down and away. 1-0 count as he can't find a strike zone. William Hollis lifts a high line drive into left field. Jackson Hoagie takes about 10 steps back and collects that one.
Hoagie makes the catch, shoulder left field, one gone.
William Hollis out for the first time this game. Gets the first out of the ninth. And the Mavs are going to have a pitching change. Julian Lee comes out after pitching 1 inning. No strikeouts, but no hits either. Throws a perfect 1 inning in relief. Number 13, Sean Cruz, is going to come out and try to close this game.
Who was it? 13? Sean Cruz. Number 13. The change, this pitching change brought to you by Mr. Luke. Now in the game for the Mavericks, right-handed reliever. Number 13 is Sean Cruz.
Right-handed reliever for the Mavericks, Sean Cruz, has appeared in 4 games so far for the Mavericks, picking up 1 save. He's pitched 4 1/3, only giving up 1 earned run, and has 6 strikeouts with a 1.61 ERA.
What's that? But I won't like you there. I've seen to have you out here. That's right.
First batter that Sean Cruz is going to face is number 35, the first baseman, Riley Bosch. 0 for 2 on the day. He walked his last 2 plate appearances.
Number 35, Riley Bosch.
Riley Bosch comes up to the plate looking to get on base for the 3rd straight at bat. And keeps the Dogs' hopes alive. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Mavericks leading 11-6.
What's that? Hopefully not.
Well, his warm-up is really well.
Wasn't warmed up yet.
Sean Cruz's first pitch is up high. 1-0. And the second one that Vilches has to reach for.
He's an analytics guy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you think of the stats.
It's a 2-0 count.
You get hung up on all that sometimes, and then just what's going on in the dugout. And what's going on in the mound.
2-0 is the count to Riley Bosch. Here for Sean Cruz. And that one finds the outside corner. 2-1 on a nice pitch from Sean Cruz. And Bosch swings through that one. 4th pitch of the at-bat. Evens up the count. It's now 2-2. Sean Cruz looking for the strikeout on the first batter he faces. Bosch has struck out once so far this game, swinging. as he laces one into left field. That one's going to find some grass as he gets a single here in the 9th inning. Good hit that time from Riley Bosch. Riley Bosch is on first, now 1 for 3 on the day, with Ryan Humanock at the plate. 0 for 2 as he's walked twice and struck out once.
Pinch runner's going in. What number? I don't know what he is.
39.
39, pinch runner. 39. The eyes there.
He's young. He's very young at us. Old guys can't see that.
Pinch running for the Okotoks Dawgs, number 39, Gray Student. Gray Student. That's not that.
He's a student.
Should I say bright student?
He's great. He's great. He's not very good.
Gray
He's not a
student.
very good student. It's kind of great.
With 1 out and 1 on, the double plays in effect here for the Mavericks in the 9th inning. Mavericks looking to try and end this one as quickly as possible. Up by 5 runs. They don't want to give the Dogs any hope here in the 9th. Ryan Humanock swings at a pitch outside of the strike zone. Can't find that one, and it's a 1-1 count. Here comes the third pitch, and he fouls that one off high over top of the Mavericks dugout, and that one's gone and away.
Hey, were you able to figure out that winning pitcher, using pitcher stuff? Remember you texted me that night?
Might need help with your help with the winning pitcher and losing pitcher for tonight, because there's been a lot of
Should be not lead.
1-2 count here to Humanock.
Should be
Trying to stay in here.
Oh, come on, holy crap.
And that one is outside, just low of the strike zone.
Should be Barry King so far. And there will be no save.
25 is a loser and 7 is a winner.
I think so too. That whoever gave up that 5 runs there. Got him.
And that one is down low, but it finds a strike zone. Strikeout for Sean Cruz. 2 outs now, top of the 9th.
Dogs. Brings to the late catcher number 20, Cole McLaren.
2 outs in the bottom of the 9th as Ryan Humanock strikes out for the 2nd time this game. Cole McLaren steps into the batter's box and tries to not be the last batter for the Dogs.
I think it was 26. So Jordan Pepper. Yes, it was Pepper. That was right. So that would be your loss. Yeah, that should be your loss. If it goes the way it is. Should, yes.
0-1 count here to McLaren. And he fouls that one off. Dogs now down to their final strike of the game. Sean Cruz trying to retire the only 2 batters he'll face. McLaren down 0-2. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Here's the 3rd pitch, and it's up high. That one missed a strike zone by quite a long shot. Cruz regroups in a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And McLaren fouls that one off. into the batting cages as well.
Still without. What do you have in
2 fouls in this at bat for McLaren. Keeps him in it. Extends this at bat and extends the game. And he strikes out swinging. Sean Cruz strikes out 2 here in the top of the 9th. Mavericks win their 8th straight.
And the Mavs got their groove on.
8 straight wins for the Mavericks. They're now 8-2 and lead the Western Division. Okotoks Dawgs dropped to 7-3. 11-6 win for the Mavericks.
Same teams go at it tomorrow night.
Medicine Hat and Okotoks play each other tomorrow night here at Athletic Park at 7:05. Mavericks will look to win another one and to keep their winning streak alive. Dogs will come back stronger than ever, I'm sure, as this one was a close one up until the 7th inning. That's when the Mavericks took off, as they got 5 runs in the 7th. Thanks for tuning in and watching tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Tune in at 7:05 to watch another Mavericks baseball game. Thanks again and have a good night.